You haven't been such a good person that God goes, man, you don't you say anything, but you and I are tight. Not as tight as this guy, so I won't hear him as well. No, he says it's not based upon friendship in this illustration. What is it based on? Audacity. That's what it's based on. It's based on your bold shamelessness in prayer. It's based on the fact that you don't stop and go, oh, I feel a little uncomfortable praying that. Well, that means I might be asking for too much. See, that's not how a kid acts with their father. My kids have never stopped, ever, and said, well, I don't know if I should ask Dad for that. No, they just ask. I mean, like, I'm serious. Like, here's a conversation recently in my home. Tierney, what do you want for Christmas? I was thinking about a golf cart. I'm not buying you a golf cart. You want a $7,000 Christmas present? You're 12. What in the world? A golf cart? No, you're not getting a golf cart. Not happening. But she doesn't, like when I respond and I say, a golf cart? To her, it's like, well, yeah. I mean, that's what I wanted. That doesn't work that way. Right? But I love the audacity. I love the shamelessness. I love the fact that there's nothing holding in that somehow leads her to feel like, my God, I don't know if I should ask him for that. See, I can't get the golf cart. I promise you this, God can do anything. Now, I don't know what he will do. I don't know that. But I know from a capacity that we go to a father who isn't budget restrained. Inflation hadn't hit him. He isn't going, well, COVID's made it a little lean year. He has all capacity, all ability. And so he's saying here, come to God. And he's already established your daily bread. He's not saying God is Santa Claus here. God is somehow a genie in a bottle. He's not saying that. He's saying, come though with a kind of audacity. So you've been given terminal cancer. Seek him for healing. Yeah, but the doctor, okay. Pray to one who's sovereign over the doctor. Right? Speak audaciously to God. Say things that if you said them to someone else, they'd think you were crazy and they'd look at you like you had 9 heads. Speak audaciously. Let me give you 5 quick ways, super fast, to make this sort of a reality. How do you do this? The first is you gotta treat prayer like a dog with a bone. We got a new dog. First time she's gonna show up in a sermon illustration. Pixie showed up for years. Pixie died. She was mad about sermon illustrations, and so she held her breath. But now we have a new dog. Our dog's name is Tilly. And she's a bigger dog. It's a bigger dog. She's about 5 months old right now, but she's about 27 pounds or so. So she's on her way to being a sizable dog. But she's still a puppy. She's 5 months old. And we live in Daybreak. It's not like we got the back 40. It's like the back 40 feet. Okay? But Tilly gets these little bones in the house, and she buries them in the house. And what I mean is she goes to the corner, she scratches at the corner and puts the bone in the corner. She gets on the chair and buries them in the cushions on the chair to come back later and unearth them from the chair, right? But a dog with a bone, you know the saying, because a dog that finds a bone they love is just, now that dog even, if you have a good relationship, will play with you with that bone. If you don't have a good relationship with that dog and you stick your hand down there and that dog's big enough, one thing may not come back, and it might be your hand. Right? So the idea here is Luke 18. We'll see that when we get there, but you be persistent. You be persistent. Knock, 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 knock. You keep going. More about that in just a second. Remember that you're asking your Father. That's how you ask audaciously, right? Like tyranny in a golf cart. Come out of hiding and let God, that should be a capital G, that's a pretty bad fail, see your deep heart. Let God see your deep heart. Don't hide it. Just be honest. Be childish. Not petulant. Not petulant. Childlike. Be specific. Be specific. What is it that you want? By the way, I often find people say, look, there's your disposition with the Lord is supposed to be, not my will, but yours be done, right? But I find people, Christians, almost, it's like they can't ask God anything without saying the caveat about his will. It's okay to share with God the passionate desire of your heart. He would like to know that verbally from you. If your disposition is presumptuous, then fight to a place where you can say, your will and your will alone be done. But you don't have to throw up some kind of verbal appeasement to God every time you state a desire from your heart. He knows the disposition of your soul. Share passionately with him specifically. And then importantly, set the agenda of your life such that things could happen only if God shows up in power. Then turn your life a particular way. I remember years ago, J.P. Moreland, a mentor of mine, who many of you know of, we support the IDOS Christian Center here that he heads up. He said this, each year, it's a great statement, each year I ask myself this question: how much of my life and ministry last year required the existence of the Christian God to explain it? I'm going to say that again. I want you to think about it. How much of my life and ministry last year required the existence of the Christian God to explain it? If you'd say, you know what, I don't know that there was anything that it really God had to show up in for it to happen, then you're living way too conservative. Then you got to get some audacity in your step. You got to get a little risk in your cadence. You got to start asking for bigger things. You've got to start seeking God with more passion. You got to get out of the house a little more and pursue him with a little more vigor, if that's the case.